Roqons means obligatory matters of Salah and modern science. The mystery of five-time prayers. Every religion's followers have admitted that human being is the summation of these two, body and soul. The growing substances of the soil are the food of the body. On the other hand, the food of soul is Salah. In Islam, body and the soul both have the food consuming system. The body is given food by doing breakfast in the morning. Similarly, strength is made transmit by eating lunch at noon. And the Dhuhr prayer is the food of the soul of the worshipper of Salah. Similarly, the entire time span of Asr prayer becomes the medium of transmission of energy to soul. Many of the people eat too much after Maghrib prayer, so it has been kept more numbers of rakats in Isha prayer, getting free from the diseases of soul. The expert doctors of psychology have suggested a such kind of health exercise after striving and researching several years, by which diseases of soul declines much, and that exercise is occurred by Salah. When we stand for Salah, then the pressure of blood remains much in the lower part of the body. Again, when we go to ruku or bowing, then there becomes benefit for the middle part of the body. Similarly, when we go to prostration, means sujud, then the blood pressure of the upper part remains high. Sufficient blood can come and go in every organ of the body during Salah. For this, some of the diseases become well without any effort, especially diseases of soul. In fact, generally the worshippers are become light-weighted and thin, but their souls are very strong. As a result, they hardly affected by soul diseases. Salah is as the treatment of high blood pressure. At first, we do ablution for Salah when we wash our face, hands with elbow and legs, and massage or sweeps our head. Then our running blood gets a new life, by which comfort is gained to us. For that comfort, activities are influenced in our vein and sub-vein. On the other hand, brain gets comfort due to stability of veins and nerves. And the activities of the main organs, that is brain, lungs, heart, etc., remain running in their own way, except that the blood pressure comes in normal condition after being decreased. There are seen brightness, beauty and softness in the face, removal of laxity of nerve, attractiveness of eyes, and disappearing of laziness is done by ablution. If you ever make wudu any high pressure patient for examination, then you will find that his blood pressure has decreased a lot. Salah on standing relieves the pain of joints. It is possible to treat the joints of the body by Salah after doing wudu. When we stand on Salah, then our body becomes loose at first. But when we raised our hands to do intention of Salah, then there create a spiritual power in heart. In this situation, the idleness of men is removed, and being moved, the pressure of blood from heart to backbone spread in every muscle. Everybody is aware about this, that the role of the backbone is unique for the soundness of the body, and foundation of full soundness is dependent on the stability of backbone. Standing on Salah strengthen the joints ankle, instep, paw, and the joints of hands, remove the pains of joints. But the condition is that body must be straight, and there should not create curvature in the tubular bone of foot. Treatment of liver diseases by ruku means bowing. Both hands are to place on knees in the time of bowing, in that way that the back with the waist remain horizontally straight and the knee should not bend forward. With this deed, there transmit energy in stomach, digestion becomes right, compression removes other faults of stomach like looseness of bowels, and entrails of belly become finished. The deed of bowing settles the activities of liver and kidney. except that fat of waist and belly is decreased, the velocity of blood becomes intense. As heart and the brain comes in the same horizontal level, for that heart is able to transmit blood to the brain. As a result, the responsibility of brain lessens and gain tranquility. And for that, the working power of brain increases. In Ruku, hands comes to down. As a result, there occurs exercise of the full face from shoulder to fingers. Not only that, the joints of the arms become too strong and the accumulated polluted substances of the joints are get out. The medium of decreasing abdomen fat. We go to prostration after standing straight from bowing. At first, hands are to put on ground, especially for the omen, which make the backbone strong and durable. It supplies strength to the internal vein. If it is not gone to prostration immediately after standing from bowing, then there occurs an undesirable exercise for the internal organs of the body. The state of prostration is also an exercise which declines the additional lump of meat of thigh and makes flexible the joints. If the fat around the joints become dry or the fat decreases, then by this those lacking are fulfilled and the abdomen fat decreases. The body seems well formed and graceful in appropriate and normal belly. A surprising incident. One of my friends went to America due to make slim and light to his body. An expert doctor of theirs said, "You are Muslims, your treatment is Salah. Continue to perform Salah so your body will be well. If there remains any lacking, then perform Tahajjud Salah." The treatment of ulcer is in prostration. The people whose stomachs burn and get sores by doing prostration appropriately, this disease is cured. In prostration, head is kept on ground. As a result, the radiate waves of brain strengthen the brain after being met with the internal wave of the ground. In this state, the brain becomes totally calm. The tranquil brain recedes, creating more quantity of acid to the stomach. As a result, the sore of stomach get well. All the diseases of brain. To do prostration with humbly and devotion are the treatment of all kinds of diseases of brain. The brain takes a necessary portion from the blood, give the unnecessary things to the blood through heart, so that the heart may get out those as urine. After rising from prostration, it must be remembered that head should have bent and arms should be straight and have some gap from the body. At the time of standing, hand should keep on thigh, the weight should keep up and then will stand gradually. Twisting of the face. Marrow of backbone is as like as the electric wire by which life come back in whole body. In the time of prostration, the velocity of blood moves towards the upper part of the body. That's why the humidity comes to the eyes, teeth and whole of the face and become vigorous. As a result, twisting of the cheek removes. Intelligence and farsightedness is added. Aging is not observed until older age. 100 years of man can easily move around. Not only that, there remain flowing one kind of electric wave in him which supplies strength to the vein and sub-vein. One can get rid of from cough and cold, hearing problem, headache, etc. by doing prostration correctly. Sexual disease. To sit between the two prostration makes strong the joints and tubular bone of foot, except that Allah Ta'ala gives a special strength to that muscle which He has created between the two thighs. As a result, the weakness of masculinity disappears and body and mind become strong in all directions. Diseases of chest. At the end of Salah, we do salutation. By moving neck, there occurs strength to the vein and muscle of neck, and diseases related vein and muscles are not seen. Not only that, as a result, people remain cheerful and strong. The looseness of chest and the bone below neck removes. The chest becomes broad and large. It will be benefited from these activities then when we perform the worship called Salah to keep the rules properly, devote with great attention without any haste. Certain doctor of Washington and Salah. Once there was a meeting with a doctor of America with me. He said, "Desire of my heart is that may Salah start all over the world." I asked, "Why, mister?" He replied, "There are indescribable wisdoms behind this." He was an expert doctor on skin. He said to me, "You are an engineer, so you will understand this wisdom." I said, "Mister, let's say." He continues to say, "If it is noticed to the internal functioning system of human body, then it is seen that there is a such kind of pump in the heart of a man which sometimes draws blood towards itself and sometimes spreads all over the body. That means by that blood comes and goes all over the body. When men stay on the state of sitting or standing, then there fall pressure comparatively in the lower part of the body." He said, "I am going to give you an example to understand it properly. Let's imagine there is set a low powerful pump in the ground floor of a castle. The pump will reach water in the ground floor, some water in the second floor, but will not able to reach water in the third floor. Yet that pump is supplying water in the ground floor in full. The cause is that water is available, but there is no power to reach water in demand to everywhere. Think to keep this example in front of you. The heart of a human body always supplies blood, and this blood reaches in the organs of lower part easily, but does not reach in the upper part properly. When there appears a such kind of system by which brain goes towards below and the heart raises up, then blood reaches fully in brain. Except that when man goes to prostration, then he feels himself that how such his face has been filled with blood. If the prostration is rather long, then it seems that blood has been reached into the thin arteries fully." Then he further said, "Normally people remain in sitting, standing and lying state. In these three states, the heart stays in below and the head stays in upper stage of the people. Only there is a state when head in below and heart stays in upper stage, and that is the state of prostration. In this situation, blood reaches properly in every muscle, vein and artery. Another system is to stand in reverse direction by lowering down the head, but that is a hard task. The face of a Salah worshipper always remains bright and lighted. Due to prostration regularly in Salah, blood reaches to all his veins. The man who does not perform Salah, there appears a lifelessness in his face." To get new episodes, click subscribe button.